So it looks like 19-year-old Victor Mete will start off the season on the team. Do you think it's a good move, and how long will he last on the Canadiens?
Again, it's going to depend on how he plays, how they use him, and what he does when he's out there. I think he's shown great poise. His skating ability is there. He's not the biggest guy, but he's weathered the storm so far here. He hasn't made glaring mistakes, big mistakes. This is a young man's game. He's 19 years old. He's not 18. Doesn't make him, all mature now, but he's certainly a year along from that 18-year-old junior who comes into his first camp. And paired with Weber, I think he's done a really good job of playing with him and interacting with him. As far as this kid being here all year, it's going to depend on those first 9 games, 1. And 2, when I say use him, Weber's going to play 25 minutes a game, 26 minutes a game, and you're going to have to keep him away from certain situations. Maybe not so much, not in the power play, not on the penalty kill, so he's not getting those 25, 26 minutes a game. Around 19, 20 minutes for a young kid like that is enough, and I think if they use him right, and he keeps going the way he is, there's no reason why he can't stay.
We'll talk about a good 9 games to see what he has. The Canadian schedule to start the season is not an easy one, so if he's able to hold his own against teams like Washington, New York, and Chicago, and even the Toronto Maple Leafs, that if he's able to hold his own then I think he's proving a lot then. So for Canadiens management, they're in a perfect situation to evaluate him.
Yeah, we'll see that everybody talks about the 9 games. If the kid can play, the kid can play. If he plays 9 games and he looks good, keep him. I don't see the problem with that. I think the Canadiens haven't had a good history of developing young players, and especially young offensive defensemen. Nathan Beaulieu traded to Buffalo, a former first-round pick for a third-round pick. And the thing that impressed me when I was talking with Mete after one of the games, I said, like, every opportunity he seems to have to pinch, or almost every opportunity he goes, and he skates so well that he comes back. And I asked him, I said, have the Canadiens, any coaching staff put a leash on you yet, or said you can't do that? And he says, no, and until they tell me not to, I'm going to keep doing it. And that's a good sign, I think, for him and for this organization, because I don't know if he would have had that leash or lack of leash under Michel Therrien. It's one of those, you make one mistake, you sit. So what's going to be interesting to see is when Victor Mete does make his first mistake that results in a goal, and it will happen, it might happen the first night of the season, how does Claude Julien deal with that afterwards? Does the kid sit the rest of the game, or does he get back on the ice and keep his confidence? So it's going to be a fun thing to watch, I think, early in the season.
And he seems like a really good kid as well.
He's mature. He's a mature 19-year-old.
He's a mature 19-year-old, and if you want to compare him to Nathan Beaulieu, who had some difficult
not
past,
as mature,
not as mature as him. So I think those 2 things combined can work in his favor.
But how much of the state of our blue line this year do you think is responsible for him being on the team?
Oh, everything.
Yeah.
They lost.
If he performed just as well in the preseason last year, would he still be on the team, do you think?
Well, you lost Beaulieu, you lost Sergachev, you lost Markov, you traded Emelin, you traded Sergachev, you lost PK last year. It's like, Bergevin would say you can never have too many defensemen, and then all of a sudden he doesn't have enough.
No one.
So I think that's part of it. But I mean, the kid's been, as I said, there's 2 ways you can look at it. Bergevin got really lucky that there's a 4th-round pick who could step in, or the scouting was really good and they found the 4th-round pick who can step in.
Okay. Go to hockeyinsideout.com now to watch this week's full episode.